Hey there gang, time for another comic book unboxing video, and this is part 2 of yesterday's box. And the first part of this box was all Silver Age DC comics, so I'm fairly confident that's what we're going to see in this box. So if you like Silver Age DC, stick around. We're going to have some fun. Hey there, Bubby. Welcome to Shanghalla. My name is Duke, and this is an unboxing video. And yes, indeed, as I said, we are going to finish off the box we started yesterday. You can go back and see part 1 of that box if you prefer, but this is pretty interchangeable. You can watch them in any order. And so, well, let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it. Please like, share, comment, do all the groovy things. And we're going to start right off with a classic flash cover. Look at that. That's sweet. Neato Bandito. Let me see if I can get that up there where you can see the whole thing. And again, I'm filming this with my phone as opposed to the iPad that I normally use. And unfortunately, the holder that I have covers the whole phone screen, so I can't actually see what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of guessing and hopeful. I can see one little sliver right at the bottom. And hopefully now I have this all on screen. Didn't just cut off the top of it as I was trying to line up the bottom. But anyway, that's a classic cover, the Puppet Flash cover, Abracadabra, number 133. Of course, Flash started at number 105, picking up from the numbering of the Golden Age series. The Golden Age series, though, Flash Comics, was an anthology. And so really you would think that this series would have picked up from the Flash solo title, which was called All Flash. In the Golden Age, you had Flash Comics and All Flash. Flash Comics actually alternated the cover feature. Every other issue was either Flash or Hawkman. So it wasn't a Flash solo title. All Flash is where you got, well, as the title promised, all Flash stories. So you would think that this would have picked up the numbering from All Flash instead of Flash Comics, but that's not how it worked out. And it worked out like that. We've mentioned this in past videos, but just to sort of repeat the story, during this time frame, the Silver Age, and really right up into the Bronze Age, back during the newsstand era of comic book distribution, publishers didn't really like to publish #1 issues. They didn't have the mania for it that they do today, partly because there was no really, at least in any modern sense, any fandom, any comic book fandom that, went crazy, any collectors, looking for investments. It was just casual readers who just wanted to read the silly things. And so they weren't on the lookout for first issues. At that time, a high issue number indicated it was probably a quality title because it had been around for a while. And at that time, retailers and distributors, they didn't like to carry first issues because it was an unproven product. They had no idea if it would sell or not. They might get stuck with a lot of issues. And so the publishers would go to great pains to actually not release a first issue, to release something that was a higher number. So it would fool the retailers, the distributors, and the readers into thinking this is something that had been around for a while, even though they'd never seen it before. So that's why the Flash, picked up the numbering from Flash Comics and started with issue number 105 instead of issue number 1. So here's that story. Some Mirror Master action for you in number 136. The Pied Piper, 138, with the Elongated Man in his early purple costume. Here's some Batman for you, some Detective Comics there, Batman. We were in the last video pitying poor Batman here because we didn't see many issues of his own books, and this is during the classic Alien phase where Batman was as likely to encounter some weird alien as a gangster or street criminal, one of his usual rogues. This is a very weird ant-looking character. That's just freaky. It took about 3 seconds of design work to come up with that. But he almost looks like the Scarecrow. You could get away with saying, well, it's a Scarecrow in a spacesuit. The Wizard of 1,000 Menaces. He looks like Hector Hammond there with the big head. Or, what's his name there from Wonder Woman? Oh, heck, he's in the cartoon. What is his name? Dr. Sinister? No, that's not quite right. Dr. something. Oh, God, I can't remember it. There's a giant dragon thing. Very menacing. Oh my goodness. Now, this looks like the Elongated Man, but it is not. That is some circus rubber man. And I wonder how much before the first appearance of the Elongated Man is this character? Because that very much looks like a Elongated Man precursor. Red-headed, similar look, purple costume, associated with the circus as the original Elongated Man was. But that is not Ralph Dibny. I'll have to look up and see how far in advance of the Elongated Man's first appearance that book actually appeared. Here's the secret of Clayface's power with a little arrival stamp here. Super Moby Dick. Murder in Movie Land. Oh my goodness. Oh, the Batmobile getting totaled by a giant rhino. I mean, there are things you could only see in Silver Age. That's not something you would see in a modern comic book at all. I love how with the Batwing gliders here. And look at the Batcopter. That is not very aerodynamic. I don't think that would fly. But I love how, he's got these Batwing gliders, but he still has his cape. It wasn't incorporated. Here's Catwoman appearing with Catman. And this Catman is kind of a rip because there was a Catman superhero in the golden age of comics. I think he was published by Holyoke, if I'm remembering correctly. And he had the same kind of yellow and orange costume. But he sort of got remodeled as a villain at DC. And this, of course, is Batwoman, now as kind of a Catwoman take. Here's the Mummy Batman. Mummy Man. It's like the what were they called? The Fabulous Heroes? Not just the Mighty Heroes. Yes, you know the Mighty Heroes. Strong Man, Rope Man, Tornado Man, Baby Man. So the Mighty Heroes could easily have had a Mummy Man. You're probably not even old enough. You have no idea what the Mighty Heroes even were. Do yourself a favor, look it up, and you will fall into a rabbit hole of watching old Mighty Heroes cartoons. There's 322, the Zodiac Master, number 323. It's kind of a cross between Calendar Man and the Tattoo Man, kinda there, isn't he? Menace of the Robot Brain. Ha ha ha! This is the end of Batman and Robin. Ha ha ha! That's 324. Here's Catman, again, running off into the flames. Number 325. Here's some more Batman v Aliens. Look at these little beak faces. Oh, that's crazy. This is like Rick and Morty Bird World. That's funny. Captives of the Alien Zoo, 326. Here's a rare Joe Kubert cover. You didn't see Joe Kubert draw Batman too many times. That is number 350. This is Clue Master. I don't know if that's his first appearance, but it's probably an early appearance. 351. Carmine Infantino hands. He was famous for doing this at the end of caption boxes. That is 352. The Weather Wizard. It's a Flash villain. Kind of coming over, making a crossover, which they made very clear with this kind of interesting cover motif. The Caped Crusader. Look at all of those people wanting to fight Batman. Oh, that's crazy. Featuring Dr. Zinzin. That's 354. All right, another stack. Batman, you're doing pretty good in this stack here. What else have we got? What issue number is this? 355? Sweet. The Outsider, we've talked about The Outsider before. That is how they brought back Alfred after they had killed him off and decided that because of the TV show, he was appearing in the TV show, they needed him back in the comics. And they brought him back via this giant pimply character here. This is another issue we've seen a lot of lately. Not surprising because it's a November issue, which meant it would have been on stands 3 months before. So what's that, August? September, October? Yeah, August. So, and back then, circulations really fluctuated, way up in the summer, way down in the winter. So you will find, if you're trying to put together a run of Silver Age books of most any title, but kind of DC in particular, you will find it is much easier to find the books that would have been on sale during the summer. And again, a November cover date would have been actually on sale in August. Than it is to find those books that would have been on sale in the winter. And a lot of times, most of the DC books at this time published like 8 times a year. Sales were so low at certain times of the year that they actually skipped some months. Like February, March. The actual November book, the book that would have been on the stands in November, that might have been a month they skipped. I don't know. We'll tell you inside and the indicia. So anyway, they had much higher sales in the summer than in the winter, and so it's easier to find a summer book than a winter book, just because there are more of them. Here is the Spellbinder. I believe that's his first appearance. The Hotline, as it appeared from the Batman TV show. People forget that a lot of things got adapted into Batman from other media. Skinny Alfred, the original Alfred was this kind of rotund, bumbling character with a Cockney accent. And then when they cast, and I forget the actor's name, but when he was cast in the Batman movie serial, this thin, very debonair, pencil mustache guy, they changed the look of Alfred in the comics. They sent the Alfred away to a spa. This kind of thing you could do in the early Silver Age. Well, actually, this would have been Golden Age when this serial came out. So in the comics, Alfred went away to a spa, and again, he's a short, bumbling, rotund character with a Cockney accent. Goes away to the spa, and he comes back. Now he's tall, thin, pencil mustache, and has a more of an English debonair look and feel to him. So, but also the Batcave came from those movie serials. Batman didn't have a Batcave in the comics at that point. But the whole thing with the cave and the grandfather clock entrance from the mansion, that came from the original movie serials. And the Bat phone came from the TV show. So, boom, boom, boom. I always thought this is just a weird pose. It doesn't look anatomically correct, but it is what it is. And you can see here how this is also during the height of the Batmania with the Batman TV show, and they minimized, although the logo had already been minimized. Used the Golden Age ran the whole, whoops, sorry there, Batman. It ran the whole width of the cover, and then they minimized it in the late Golden Age. But here they've minimized it earlier so they can fit the Batman logo onto the cover. Again, for the kids who are excited about the TV show, they would realize, not just because he appears in the cover, but there's his actual name. And also because, again, the whole point of the checks is that a lot of comic books, they were, displayed vertically. With this much of the cover would have been covered behind the shelf, the pocket that it was stuck into, and you would just see the top part. So that was the point, as we said in the last video, of the go-go checks, to draw attention, because that's really all of the cover that you would see. And they also minimized this so that they could fit Batman here, so that, again, if that's all you could see, you would definitely see right away, oh, Batman, yay, love the show, gotta get that comic book. This is, like last time, we saw some of these kind of wrapped in cellophane plastic bags. This is Batman Annual number 6. And now we're on to Green Lantern, number 17. Very early Sinestro appearance, number 18. I think that's maybe the second appearance of Sinestro, second or third. Here's, is that Sonar? I believe, yes, Sonar. Number 19. Flash Green Lantern Team Up, number 20. Number 21. The Magnetic Green Lantern. Number 22, Very nice. There's a Tattooed Man. We were talking earlier about the Zodiac Master. Looked like a take on the Tattooed Man. Well, here is the actual Tattooed Man. Number 23. Number 24. Sonar's Back. Number 20. Can't see, it's cut off. 25. Star Sapphire. Gotta love some Star Sapphire. 26. Who are the Ghosties? I have no idea. That is Green Lantern number 27. Evil Star. And Evil Star was an update. There was an Evil Star back in the Golden Age. And there's a great Justice Society issue of All-Star Comics where they battled Evil Star. Evil Star over Hollywood. And I think that was maybe my first Golden Age Justice Society story I ever read. It was in a giant Justice League issue, number 115, I think, which was actually my first Justice League comic book, number 115, and that reprinted that Golden Age story, Evil Star over Hollywood. So I got my first Justice League and my first Justice Society. Two great tastes in one spoonful. It was like a peanut butter cup. It was great. Two great tastes that go together. So Green Lantern 45, and there's a Golden Age Green Lantern crossover. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right. The Day He Died. And we saw an Aquaman cover much like this not that long ago. So that was a trope. You know, the hero dies and everybody's carrying him on their shoulders like this. You saw that more than once. Dr. Polaris. Meet Dr. Polaris. So is that his first appearance? Number 47. It's a dark. I can't see. Can't see what issue number this is. But you can look it up. The Dazzler. That is not the X-Men Dazzler. That's a whole different Dazzler. Number 49. Number 50. Gil Kane cover. That's 51. Another Gil Kane. They were getting away with signing their names at this time. To some extent, 52, we've got no name on that one. Here he just does the GK. Number 75. Isn't 75... Or am I thinking something? Here's the publishing statement, the circulation statement. What was, let me look at it. So the circulation of Green Lantern at this point was between newsstand sales and the relatively paltry subscription sales, 160,423 copies, the average of the previous 12 months. And issue closest to filing date was only 146,372. So it was kind of cratering at this point. All late 60s, early 70s, a lot of comic book sales started to crater, but even at 160,000, that's not that much above. You know, the best-selling comic books today sell about 100,000. Maybe the top 3 or 4 might cross that 100,000 mark. You know, the average comic book probably sells around 30,000 copies, 30, maybe 40,000. So 160 is a lot better than the current Green Lantern book. But still, lower than you might have thought. Something that was higher than you might have thought was the Metal Men. And this is issue number 2 of the Metal Men. And in those statements of ownership and circulation, and there's a great website, comicron.com, COMICHRON, and it has a lot of circulation numbers. And the Metal Men in the 60s was selling like 300,000 copies plus per issue. It was really, really quite popular at the beginning part of its run anyway. There's number 3. Number 4. Wow. Wow. Some early Metal Men's. Number 5. But then not too long into the run, it cooled off considerably. Number 6. And it's funny, you know, the creative team was the same. So I don't know why it cooled off so fast. Number 7. Oh, now we're skipping gears to Lois Lane with Silver Age Lois Lane comic books are funny because Superman really was a dick to Lois. He really was. It was an abusive relationship. Oh, Teen Titans, this is cool. What issue number is this? Number 2. Teen Titans number 2. Nice. The million-year-old teenager. Huh. I don't think that works. Nice. What is this? Number 3. Wow. Wow. Issue 4. So this is where the readers had written in and been like, hey, why don't you have Speedy in the Teen Titans? Why are you inventing characters like Wonder Girl when you could be including Speedy? And so Speedy didn't actually join in this issue. He just made an appearance. You asked for Speedy. They've got him. But it would take a few more issues before he would become an actual full-time member. I mean, as you can see here in number 5, he's gone again. And it's just shouting out the, and Robin even gets his picture up here, not just his name. But cool. All right, this is going to be the last stack. This is the last of this box. But we're going to start out this stack anyway with some Teen Titans. And just as they did with Speedy, the readers reminded the editors that, hey, you've got a teenage character in Beast Boy who could join the Titans. He guest starred, but he never actually joined, not until into the Bronze Age when they introduced the Titans West team. If you're familiar with West Coast Avengers, the Teen Titans on that front beat Marvel to the punch with Teen Titans East and Teen Titans West. Changeling, or still Beast Boy then, was a member of the Teen Titans West before famously joining the new Teen Titans. Here's issue number 7. Still Speedy has yet to appear, but this is the Mad Mod, who was their big arch nemesis of this period. Some more early, a killer called Honey Bun. Okay. Oh, neat. Well, we're not going to see where Speedy becomes a regular member, I guess. We've switched gears. Now we're in some early pre-hero Marvel. Nice. And this is what passed as a Marvel Comics logo at the time, just this little MC. And that was all the branding that you had. But Moomba is here. There's a classic Jack Kirby monster cover. Oh, well, that was just one oddball stuck in there. Now we're back to Silver Age DC. Flash number 137, with the Golden Age Flash and Vandal Savage. And I think, does this one have some Justice Society members in it? A revival of some of the Justice Society? Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, I guess maybe I am. But Vandal Savage was a Golden Age character. Here's an early Green Lantern, a little rough. That spine is beat up and a huge rip there on the back. I can't even see what issue number this is. Oh, here it is, number 2. Nice. Green Lantern number 2. Cool. You'd think I would know these by sight, like just by the cover. As this one I know, this is Metal Men number 1. And as we talked earlier in this video about how the publishers avoided putting out a first issue if they could adapt numbering from something else, or an early issue, they would just leave the issue number off entirely. This first issue of the Metal Men has no number 1 on it anywhere. You don't see it. And that was specifically because they were afraid if it said number 1, the retailers, the distributors would not carry it because it was something untested. Oh wow, we've jumped companies, we've jumped eras. X-Men number 5. So this is Omega Red, who made his first appearance in number 4. Here's Silver Surfer number 50 with a little bit of a foil cover thing here. Sensational She-Hulk number 1. That's a popular book. Nice. There's Sasquatch, Wendigo, and Hulk having a 3-way. Looks like Wendigo has the honor of being the meat in this monster sandwich. It's a newsstand edition, so that's good, I guess. That really does look, that's very homoerotic. I'm sorry, but it is. An early Conan, number 22. Thor, number 279. Is that Jane Foster? I'm not sure who that is. What if Conan the Barbarian walked the earth today? That's really a classic issue. I'd recommend hunting that one down and finding it. It's just a good story. What the hell is this? Oh, Amazing Spider-Man, number 611. I assume that this is an alternate cover. That wasn't the regular cover for that book, but that's a Deadpool cover. Oh no. Oh no, Spidey's kissing right in front of Jane, no less. That's some polyamorous stuff. MJ doesn't look down with it, does she? Original Sin, Amazing Spider-Man number 5. Is there something going on here? Not sure why this is something we would expect to get more than $10 for. You leave a comment down below if you know why. Daredevil number 25. And this is the current run, Chip Zdarsky. So why is this one? I'll have to look that up. I don't know why that one is something we would expect to get a lot for. This one certainly is. Not surprising. Looks in good shape. Now this book can be deceptive. If you go to buy this on the internet, now I've told you before, you always want to go with the seller who's giving you a scan of the book rather than just a photo. It's really hard to assess the condition of the book from a photo, and most sellers on eBay don't even give a condition. They don't list a condition. They're just like, well, here's the photo, look for yourself. And so for the photo, it's really hard to tell. You really want somebody who gives you a scan. But with this particular issue, you always want to get a scan of the back cover too, because this black area is notorious for picking up, when somebody read it and they're holding it, you get thumbprints right in here, and you get fingerprints all right in here. And even when there's not fingerprints, this black area can be all kind of fudged up. So you always want to, especially if they don't list a grade on the book, if they're not standing behind it in that sense, you want to scan and you want to be able to see the back cover of this book as well. And a lot of people don't, as a rule, show you the back cover. They just show you the front cover. And even us, our singles, we include a scan of the front and back cover. But our multi-book lots, especially with eBay, only limits a listing to 12 photos or scans. And a lot of our lots are more than 12. We can't do a picture of the front cover of every single one. We have to kind of double them up. But even on our multi-book lots, we just do the scan of the front cover, and then we'll list in the description any defects of any of the books in that pile. But yeah, definitely with Wolverine number 1, volume 2, number 1. If you're going to try and buy that, make sure you're able to see both the front and the back cover, because this will be messed up a lot of times. But that is the last book in the box. That is everything. I hope you enjoyed that. I had fun anyway. And it's all about me. So anyway, until the next box or the next video, whatever it might be, whether it's unboxing or something else, goodbye, good luck, and please be good to each other.